Let us now move to the second category of MAC protocols, medium access control protocols. The first category was the random access protocols. Now we are going to deal with the second category, that is controlled access methods. What is the difference between the random access and the control access? Let us see first. In the random access, we have seen Aloha, CSMA, CSMA CD and CSMA. In those protocols, we have seen that no single station has got any priority. Whenever a station is having the data to send, it will simply send, maybe by using different strategies to avoid collisions, to prevent collisions. But here in controlled access methods, the main difference between those and this methods is, here the stations, they consult one another to decide which station has got the right to send at that particular time. This is first thing. Stations consult one another. And second point is, as long as that station has got a station cannot send the data as long as it is authorized by other stations, it is approved by other stations. So these two are the important differences between the random access and the control access. Now the control access methods, there are three different protocols we are going to study. The first one is reservation, the second one is polling method, third one is token passing. Let us see what is a reservation. In reservation method, a station makes the reservation before it sends the data. So before sending the data, station will reserve that at this particular time I need to send the data. For that, time is divided into different intervals, time slots. Okay. Assume that we have n different stations in a system, then definitely we will be having n different time slots in the frame. So as many stations we are having, those many reservation time slots will be having, and each one mini slot belongs to one station. Okay, just let us see this with one example. This is reservation access method, wherein 5 different stations wants to send the data, wants to communicate. Here, so the total time is divided into 5 different mini slots. Okay. If you just see here, station 1 has reserved this slot. So here 1 is written. It indicates station 1 has reserved this time slot. And station 2, it has nothing to send, so it is kept 0. And station 3 has reserved this time slot. Station 4 has reserved this time slot, and station 5, it has nothing to send. So in the first time interval, wherein 5 different stations wants to communicate, the total time interval is divided into 5 mini slots, out of which 1, 3 and 4 wants to send the data. So they have first reserved the time slots, and depending on the time slot they got, first station 1 is sending the data, after that there is nothing. Then station 3, it will send its data. After that, station 4, it will send the data. Station 5, it has nothing to send. So this is about the first interval. Then in the next interval, again time is divided into 5 mini slots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this second interval, only station 1 wants to send the data, remaining they have nothing to send. So station 1 will send the data. And in the third interval, again time slots are divided into 5. many slots, and no station wants to send the data, so all are kept 0. So in this manner the reservation access method follows. If you just see, in the first interval only station 1, 3 and 4 have made the reservations, as we have explained it here, and in the second interval here only station 1 has made a reservation. Here there is no reservation. So in this way stations send their data in the reservation method.